Data cleaning and formatting in Excel. Excel data cleaning is a significant skill that all businesses and data analysis must possess. 10 ways. Before we go into the 10 ways, let's get a little bit understanding of it. This cleaning is significant skill that all businesses and data analysts must possess. In the current era of data analytics, everyone expects the accuracy and quality of data to be of the highest standard. A major part of Excel data cleaning involves the elimination of blank spaces, incorrect, and outdated information. Hence, data cleaning is a process of fixing or removing incorrect, corrupted, incorrectly formatted, duplicated, or incomplete data within a data set. When combining multiple data sources, there are many opportunities for data to be duplicated or mislabeled. Now, each one of it will understand deeply. First is get rid of extra space. Extra spaces are difficult to spot or correct. Multiple spaces may be easy, but trailing spaces are pretty tough. Trailing space are blank space at the end of the statement or word, which are followed by any other character. Here's an easy way to spot and eliminate such errors. What are the steps? First, consider data with 4 cells with different spacing errors. Now select a column and type TRIM. Now select the cell you want to correct in matters of spaces. The cell will be corrected if there are other erroneous cells sequentially aligned, dragged the fixed cell till the point you want to check and correct. Select and treat all blank cells. Blank cells are troublesome because they are often created errors while creating reports. And people usually want to replace such cells with O or 0, not available or something like that. But replacing each cell manually on a large data table would take hours. Luckily, there's an easy way to tackle this problem. First, select the entire data you want to treat. Press F5 on keyboard. A dialog box will appear. Then select Special, select Blanks and click OK. Now, all the blank cells will be highlighted in pale gray color, out of which one cell would be white with a different border. That's the active cell. Type the statement you want to replace in blank cell. Hit Ctrl plus Enter. So at the last step, if Enter only is pressed, then the value will be inserted only in the active cell. So remember to press Ctrl plus Enter. Convert numbers stored as text into numbers. When we import data from files, other sources, database, text, etc., during transit, data might get affected. Also, some have a habit of using an apostrophe before numerical values, which is considered as text in Excel. Such minor data conversion can drastically affect your calculation. Suppose there are 3 values, 70, 70 with inverted comma, 80 with closed inverted comma. So now when we compare 70 and 80, the result is true. But when we compare apostrophe 70 and 80, the problem starts. Here the result will be false as the text will be rated higher than any number. To eliminate such errors, here's the trick. Select any blank cell and type 1. Select that cell and hit Ctrl plus C. Now, select your data set and go to Paste. In that, Paste Special. In Paste Special, select Multiply option in the Operation category and then click OK. Here it multiplies every single value to 1. And anything multiplied by 1 is the same number. But this trick also takes care of the apostrophe numerator. Remove duplicate. Elimination of duplicate data is necessary for the creation of unique data and less usage of storage. In duplication, you can either highlight it or delete it. Highlight duplicates. Select the data, go to Home, Conditional Formatting, highlight cell rules, duplicate values. A dialog box will appear. Duplicate values. Select duplicate and formatting color. Then press OK. Here, all duplicate values will be highlighted. B is delete duplicates. Select the data and go to the data. Remove the duplicates. A dialog box will appear which says remove. Tick column whose duplicates need to be found. Remember that to have a click on my data has headers, if your data has headers, or else columns heads with considered as data and duplication search will be applied on it too. Duplicate values will be removed. Suppose you select 4 of 4 columns, then that 4 columns rows should be also matching or else they won't be considered duplicate. Highlight errors. While creating reports or dashboards, you might face a few arithmetical errors like divisional errors. Such errors are easy to spot if the data is small, but for big data, it's complicated. So, to get rid of such mistakes, you can go for 2 ways, conditional formatting or go to special. Using conditional formatting, then select the data, go to Home, Conditional Formatting, New Rule. Within New Rule, select Format only cells that contains. In Rule, select Errors and click on Format. Select any color or click OK. Hit the final OK button. All the cells with errors are highlighted and now are easy to spot. Then go to Special. Select the data, press F5. Click on Special. A dialog box appears. Select Formulas. Now you get 4 options in Formulas. Deselect all options, expect errors. Click OK. Now all errors are selected. You can delete them manually or replace a statement. If you wish to replace, then type the statement at active cell and hit Ctrl plus Enter. Change text to lower, upper, or proper case. While importing data, we often find names in irregular forms like a lower, uppercase, or sometimes mixed. Such errors are not easy to eliminate manually. Here's the fingertip trick to bring back the consistency. Lower text, upper text, proper text. Now what to do in that case? Just type the formula you want to use. Suppose lower in the caps and select the cell whose case needs to be changed. Hit Ctrl plus Enter. The case has been changed and consistent. Now drag down to do the same for other cells. Similarly for upper or proper. Parse data using text to column. Sometimes received data has text filled in one cell, only separated by punctuation. Usually, the addresses are crammed in one cell, separated by comma. To distinguish values in separate cells, we can use text to column. In that case, we have to select the data, then go to the data, text to column. A dialog box will be appear. Convert text to column wizard, step 1 of 3. Select delimited or fixed as per your convenience. Fourth, delimited is to be selected if the width isn't fixed. Click Next. In delimiters, tick option which separates your text in the cell. Suppose Norwich Cathedral or Norwich UK has three values or separated by commas. So we'll select comma for this example and deselect rest options. View the preview and click on Next. Select comma, data, format, and destination cell address. Now click Finish. Spell check, spelling mistakes are common in text files and PowerPoint. However, MS points out such errors by underlying it with color dashes, and MS Excel doesn't have such feature, but you can use it by addressing the below steps. Select the data, press F7. A box will appear which shows you possible wrong word and it's the possible correct spelling. Click on change if you agree with the suggestion, or it says spell check complete. You are good to go. Delete all formatting. Suppose you want to clear all the formats, including highlight and borders. You can do this by selecting the data and go to Home. Clear in editing. It will clear all the formats to get standard content without highlights or borders. Similarly, you can clear content, comments, hyperlink up entire data using clear all. Use find and replace to clean data in Excel. Here you have to do changing cell references, where you have to press Ctrl plus H to open, find and replace. Now in replace, find what? Change the references range to replace with. Suppose find what hashtag B to replace with hashtag C. Click on replace all. Similarly, finding and replacing using references range, we can clean the data. Then find and change specific format. Control H, select options, go to format of find what. Here, you can specify the format or choose a format from the cell. Suppose you select a format. Now it will show you the preview of find what. Click on format and replace with, suppose we go to for format. Now select format, example, number, alignment, font, border, fill, protection. Suppose we select color, then select any color to fill column, header, cell. Click on replace all. Instantly, all the formats will be changed. Removal of line breaks. Suppose we have a data where it is separated by line breaks. Same cell, but different rows. To remove these line breaks, follow the below steps. That could be Control H, find and replace dialog box, Control J, go to replace box, type single space and click replace all. All rows will be managed in one row within the same cell. Next slide. Data formatting. Data formatting is the decision you make on what type of file you use in order to ensure its compatibility with multiple hardware, software, and devices. Data formatting also extends to the naming of your files. So to make data look more interesting and descriptive, formatting is often used. A good formatting method helps you find meaning in the spreadsheet without the trouble of going through each and every phase of individual cell. Cells with good formatting will draw your attention to important cell automatically. 6 tabs in the format cell dialog box. Those are number, alignments, font, border, pattern, and protection. This will describe the settings available. First in number tab, it includes auto number formatting. By default, all worksheet cells are formatted with the general number format. With the general format, anything you type into the cell is usually left as is. For example, if you type 36526 into a cell and then press enter, the cell contents are displayed as 36526. This is because the cell remains in the general number format. However, if first format the cell as a date, for example, date, date, year, year, then type the number 36526, the cell will display 112,000. So, this is number tab, auto numbering format. Then comes custom number formats. So if one of the built-in number formats does not display the data in the format that you require, you can create your own custom number format. You can create these custom number formats by modifying the built-in formats or by combining the formatting symbols into your own combination. Before you create your custom number format, you need to be aware of a simple rule governing the syntax of for number formats. Each format that you create can have up to 3 sections for numbers and a fourth section for text. The first section is the format for positive numbers, the second for negative numbers, and the third for zero values. These each sections are separated by semicolons. If you have only one section, all numbers like positive, negative, and zero are formatted with that format. You can prevent any of the number types that could be positive, negative, zero from being displayed by not typing symbols in the corresponding section. The next is alignment. You can position text and number change, the orientation, and specify text control in cells by using the alignment tab in the Format Cell dialog box. Text alignment. Under text alignment, you control the horizontal, vertical, and indentation. There are list of available setting text in alignment, that is text control. So some additional miscellaneous text alignment control in the text control section of the alignment tab. These controls are wrap text, shrink to fit, and merge cells. Select wrap text. Why do we select? To wrap the text in the selected cell. The number of wrapped lines depends on the width of the column and length of the cell contents. Next is select the shrink to fit option. Decreases the font size of the text in the cell until the contents of the cell can be displayed. This feature is only helpful when you want to avoid changing the column width for the entire column. The applied font size is not changed. The merge cells option combines two or more selected cells into a single cell. That is, a merge cell is a single created by combining two or more selected. The cell references for a merge cell is the upper left cell in the original selected range. Font tab. The term font refers to a typeface, for example, Arial, along with its attributes font size, underline, color, and effects. Using this tab in the Format Cell dialog box, to control these settings, you can see a preview of your settings by reviewing the preview section of the dialog box. Typeface, font size, and size. The font option on the Font tab allows you to choose a typeface. You choose your typeface for the selected cell by clicking a name into the font list and typing a name into the font box. There are 3 types of typefaces you can use, as described in the following table. After you select a typeface, the font size or a font list. So in the Font tab, the term font refers to a typeface. Example Arial along with attributes, font size, underline color, and effects. Use the Font tab in the Font Cells dialog box to control these settings. You can see a preview of your setting by reviewing the preview section of the dialog box. Typeface, font style, and size. The font option of the Font tab allows you to choose a typeface. You choose your typeface for a selected cell by clicking a name in the font list or typing a name in the font box. There are 3 types of typefaces you can use. Those are after you select a typeface in the font list, the size list displays the available point size. Keep in mind that each point is 1 by 72 of an inch. If you type a number in the size box that is not in the size list, you see the following text at the bottom of the font tab. This font size is not installed on the system. The closest available font will be used. Typeface styles. The list of choices in the font style list varies depending on the font that is selected in the font list. Most font includes the following style: regular, italic, bold, bold italic, and underline. Color effects and normal font settings. Choose a color for the font by clicking a color in the color list. In the color list, you can rest the mouse over a color to see a tooltip with the color name. The automatic color is always black unless you change the window font color on the Appearance tab of the Display Properties dialog box. Double-click the display item in the control panel to open the Display Properties dialog box. Now, select the Normal Font checkbox to set the font style, and effects to the normal style. This is essentially resetting the cell formatting to defaults. Border tab. In Excel, you can put a border around a single cell or a range of cells. You can also have a line drawn from the upper left corner to the cell to the lower right corner, or from the lower left corner to the cell to the upper right corner. You can then customize these cells' borders from their default setting by changing the line style, line thickness, or line color. Applying borders. To add a border to a single cell or a range of cells, follow these steps. What are those? Select the cell that you want to format. On the Format value, click Cells. In the Format Cell dialog box, click the Border tab. Select any one of the line styles in the Style list. Then, click the Color drop-down arrow and select any one of the colors. Click any one of buttons listed under Presets of Border. This displays a line with your settings in the sample region. If you want to remove a specific border, click the button for that border a second time. Then you can change the line color or style. Click the style or color that you want and then click the button of the border again. Then is Pattern tab. This pattern is in the Format Cells dialog box to set the background color of the selected cell. You can also use pattern lists to apply two-color pattern or shading for the background of the cell. Now, to shade with patterns, follow certain steps where the cell to which you want to apply shading will be in the Format value. Click Cells and then click the Pattern tab from the Format menu. To include a background color with the pattern, click a color in the cell shading box. Click arrow next to the pattern box and then click the pattern style on the color that you want. If you do not select a pattern color, the pattern is black. You can return the background color, formatting, and the selected cells to the default state by clicking No Color. Protection tab. Protection tab offers you two options for protecting your worksheet data and formulas: locked and hidden. Locked. By default, all cells in the worksheet have the locked option turned on. When this option is turned on and the worksheet is protected, you cannot do any changes. That could be change the cell data or formulas, type data in an empty cell, move the cell, resize the cell, deselect the cell or its contents. Hidden. By default, all cells in a worksheet have the hidden option turned off. If you want to turn on these options and the worksheet is protected, the formula cell does not appear in the formula bar. However, you do see the results of the formula in the cell.